And welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we're going to learn how to play diatonic chords and inversions in the key of C minor. Let's come to the piano to get started. First, let's review what the word diatonic means. Diatonic simply means it belongs to that key that you're in. For example, in the key of C minor, these keys that I'm touching are diatonic in C natural minor. They belong in the key of C minor, just like you belong in your family. So you are diatonic to your family. Now, in the key of C natural minor, these keys are diatonic, and any other key, for example, F sharp, would not be diatonic in that key. It would be like inviting a friend over for dinner. You can have them show up, and sometimes in the key of C minor, you can throw in some extra notes. Sometimes they're visitors. They're not diatonic to that key. So when we play the diatonic chords of C minor, these are the only notes we will choose from. I should say specifically C natural minor, because right now that's the key that we're using. So let's try together to play and name out loud the chords, the diatonic chords of C minor, starting with the 1 chord. So using your right hand, try this along with me, and we're going to say out loud C minor 1 chord. Now you try. Good. Now for the 2 chord, can you figure out what you would play next? Remember, every one of these notes has to step up to the next diatonic key in C minor. So C steps up to D, E flat steps up to F, G steps up to A flat. So this would be our 2 chord, D, F, A flat. And we would say out loud, D diminished 2 chord. Why a diminished chord? Well, we know that D minor is this, D major is this. How do we get a minor chord? We take the middle key of the triad, move it down a half step. How do we get diminished? We take this and move it down a half step. It so happens that in a minor scale, the 2 chord will always be diminished if it's a diatonic chord. Okay, and that's what we're doing today. So, D diminished 2 chord. Now, all of these keys have to step up again to get to our 3 chord. D will move up to E flat, F will move up to G, A flat will move up to B flat. How did I know that? Well, I'm just thinking of the keys of C minor. If these are the only keys I'm choosing from, my chords are just one at a time going up the keys of the diatonic scale. So if these are the only keys I can choose from to get from the 2 chord, I know I have to next go here. I'm just moving every key of each chord up 1 step in the diatonic scale. So that lands me here. What's the name of this chord? It's an E flat major 3 chord. The 3 chord because it's the 3rd note of C minor. Okay, so say it with me, E flat major 3 chord. Now we're going up another step. Can you figure out the 4 chord and play it for me? If you're playing this, you're correct. It's F, A flat, C. Again, we just took these keys from the 3 chord and everything had to go up a step. We couldn't go here because E is not diatonic in the key. We had to go to the next diatonic key, which is F. And the next diatonic key from G is A flat. The next diatonic key from B flat is C. So using those diatonic keys, this is our 4 chord. So say F minor 4 chord. Now you try. Now, can you find the 5 chord? Move everything up a step using only the diatonic keys. If you're playing this, you're correct. So we would say G minor 5 chord. Good. Now let's go up to the 6 chord right here. Is this chord major or minor? You can tell by your ear, or you can tell because there are 3 half steps in between here on the bottom, but only 2 in between on top. Whoops, and that's the formula for a major chord. A flat major 6 chord. Now you say it. Now we'll go up another step. Everything moves up. Now we're B flat major 7 chord. You say it. That brings us at last back to C minor 1 chord. You say it. Good. Now on your own, I'd like you to go through all of those chords one at a time, naming them as you play them, like this. C minor 1 chord, D diminished 2 chord, E flat major 3 chord. Remember, the diminished chord is your 2 chord in minor. A 2 chord will always be diminished in a minor key. Okay, go through each chord, playing and naming it on your own. So press pause to do that on your own, then press play to go on. Now let's try the same thing for harmonic minor. Remember that in harmonic minor, B flat becomes B natural. So now B natural is diatonic, but B flat is not. So we'll go straight from A flat to B natural. So what chords will that change? That won't affect the 1 chord, it won't affect the 2 chord, but our 3 chord used to be here with the B flat. So that has to become a B natural. And this actually introduces a new kind of chord that we've never seen before. It's called augmented. An augmented chord is a major chord where you raise the 5th of the chord up a half step. And it has kind of a spacey, wild sound like that. Hear that sound? That is the sound of an augmented chord. Try saying it, augmented. Now you're getting very advanced in music theory, okay? Some kids don't learn this until college music theory. So, you know college music theory stuff now. This is an augmented chord, so we'll say E flat augmented 3 chord. Now you try. Now up another step. Our 4 chord is the same as before, so say F minor 4 chord. Now the 5 chord is this. Now we're G major 5 chord. Up another step, A flat major 6 chord. Now the 7 chord, remember, we'd normally step up to B flat, but now that we're harmonic minor, B is natural. So now there's another diminished chord, because this, you might recognize from when we did C major diatonic chords. This is a B diminished chord, and it's our 7 chord to C minor 1 chord. Okay, remember in C major, that 7 chord is also diminished. So the 7 chord is the same in C major as it is in C harmonic minor. It's that same B diminished chord. B diminished 7 chord up to C minor 1 chord. Okay, now pause the video again and on your own go through all the diatonic chords of C harmonic minor, playing and naming them out loud, and then press play to go on. Now, why are we taking the trouble to learn all of these chords and naming them out loud? It's so when you play music, you're not just mindlessly playing. It's so you really understand how the chords are put together. And that will allow you to be able to create your own music, whether you're improvising or whether you're composing or whether you're just learning a piece composed by someone else. You'll be able to understand how they put those notes together and why. You'll start to recognize these chords in the songs that you play, and that will help you learn the songs faster. Instead of the notes just seeming random, like, oh, here's some random notes, you'll see, oh, that's a 3 chord, or oh, that's a 5 chord. So you start to recognize those patterns in the songs you play. Now, it's time to try some inversions in C minor. So let's just take the C minor 1 chord and invert it. How would we do that? you just take the bottom key and you put it on top. So I take this C and put it up here, but I've got to shift my hand over to play it like that. And remember, in the right hand, when we do first inversion, we use a finger 2 in the middle. And then we take the bottom note, which is E flat, put it on top. So now we shift our hand up to here. That's C minor second inversion. Now we're going to take this G, put it on top, move our hand over to do that, and we're back to where we started, which is root position. We repeat that. Now we're going to come back to second inversion, back to first inversion, and then back down. So all together we have root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. Repeat, root position, second inversion, first inversion, root position. Okay, being careful of the fingering, try each of those inversions using your right hand. Pause the video to try that, and then press play to go on. Now let's try that with our left hand. We have root position, finger 5, 3, 1. Then first inversion is also 5, 3, 1. In the left hand, we use finger 2 on second inversion. Okay, trust me on these fingerings. It may not seem like a big deal, but I want you to use these exact fingerings. They've been tried and true for over 100 years by pianists. Okay, then back to root position, then 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5, then 1, 3, 5. Okay, pause the video and now work on your left hand C minor inversions, up and down. Repeat that top root position, then come back down. Press pause to work on that, and then press play to go on. Now for a bonus, when you're practicing inversions, after you use blocked chords like this, here's another way I like to practice inversions. When you get to the bottom, now try it broken style. Play it nice and legato. See how I did that? I was playing the same chords, but the second time I was playing them broken. Try and make it nice and legato. Okay? And that's another way to vary your practice. Last thing today I'd like to do is show you how to play a new chord progression in C minor. Using the chords 1, we'll start with a 1 chord. Our left hand's going to play the root of each chord. The right hand will play a blocked chord. Then we're going to do a 7 chord. And for this 7 chord, we're going to use natural minor. So can you tell me what the root of the 7 chord is in C natural minor? Take a moment to figure that out. Well, when you have to play a 7 chord, you could count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to figure out that it's B flat. Or you could remember that a scale has 8 notes. And so instead of counting up, you could just say, oh, 7 is a step below my tonic, or my 1, which is C. Okay? So save yourself some time. If you ever have to play a 7 chord, count down from 1. It's just a step below. So here's my 1 chord, here's my 7 chord using natural minor. Remember, the 7 chord would be this in harmonic minor, but we're going to use natural minor because it sounds better when you come from a 1 chord. In most cases, this will probably sound best, and then we go to the 6th chord. How do we find the 6th chord? Well, once again, it's just a step below the 7 chord. So we're going to A flat major, and then we're going to go to the 5 chord using harmonic minor. So this time we will use a B natural. And you'll find that in music, the 5 chord is most often in harmonic minor. It just has a cooler sound, you'll find. Okay? And you can do this kind of rhythm if you want to make this progression sound really cool. Or you can do broken chords. Lots of ways you can vary this. But first, let's start with just the chord. Try it with me this time. Play the 1 chord using the left hand for the root, right hand the blocked chord. Left hand can use finger 2 for the B flat while the right hand shifts down there. Then use finger 3 for A flat. Try A flat major 6 chord, and then G major 5 chord. Let's try it one more time. C minor 1 chord, B flat major 7 chord, A flat major 6 chord, G major 5 chord. Now, I'd like you to pause the video and try improvising your own accompaniment patterns. You could go broken style, like this. You could go block style. See, I'm just repeating staccato, quarter note chords, 2, 3, 4. You could go some combination of broken and blocked. There's so many possibilities, okay? That's the fun of improvising. You can make up your own patterns using these simple chords. Okay, you can even use inversions. See how I did that? I just took that B flat major chord and I put the B flat on top. The possibilities are endless. You could turn them into arpeggios. See, I did a 1 octave arpeggio for the C minor, then B flat with an A flat on top, G on top. See, I'm just taking that G major triad and adding an extra G on top, using our arpeggio fingering. So many possibilities when you improvise. Okay, so pause the video and just take this chord progression and have some fun improvising some different patterns, then press play to go on. So remember, one of the other reasons we learn diatonic chords in a key is so you can try different chord progressions. This is just one of so many, almost unlimited number of chord progressions you could create in a key. This one was 1, 7, 6, 5, but you could do 1, 4, 6, 5. That's also a cool progression. You can experiment with others and just try and mix and match different chords from the C minor scale and see what sounds good to you. Also remember that when you practice diatonic chords, you can use the pedal to make it legato. Do an up, down, up, down, up, down. Every time you change chords, you can use the pedal to make it legato from chord to chord. Great job learning how to play diatonic chords, inversions, and a new chord progression in C minor. Happy practicing and see you next time. All right, I'm so glad that you could all make it to our C natural minor diatonic family picnic. Is everyone here? See, there's me, C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. Ah, great. We're all here. Who's that over there? Oh, that's a friend of mine. Did you invite another note to our diatonic family picnic? Well, yes, but it was kind of accidental. Hi, everyone. Can I join you? Sure. We'd be happy to have you as our guest. With you here, we can make even more chords. We won't be diatonic anymore. Let your worries be diminished, D. Yes, with an extra note, our fun will be augmented. Come on over, B, and join the picnic. Gee, thanks. Later on, maybe we could do some inversions. Let's eat. Somebody passed it. It's so long since I've seen it. Yeah, there's always room for one more. My favorite.